Well, speaking of decisions, this is one that I guess you could have predicted was going to go decision just off of toughness, but the Gaethje and Fiziev fight.
How do you feel about this?
I think, first of all, I loved the fight. I thought it was awesome. I was rooting for Fiziev.
Yeah.
Huh?
Have you gone back?
Yes. And I think that is the most violent fight that I've ever seen. Because the sound of the punches and the kicks that they were throwing, like you could hear it through the arena. You know, and this is not like a prelim fight. This is Justine Gaethje.
Right.
So it was loud in there, and you could hear every shot. It was like, pow, pow, pow. Like they were throwing everything with real intent.
Flying knees from Fiziev.
Yeah, dude, that was a badass fight. And Justine Gaethje just, proved he's still the cream of the crop. I think that's all you could take away from it. I don't think Fiziev's stock drops anything from this. He's still new in the division. He put on a tough fight. That last round, he just slowed down.
For sure, but do you think that Justin won rounds 1 or round 2? That's the question. Because for sure he won round 3, but do you think he won either one of round 2 or 1 or 2?
I think the damage just overall wins him this fight more than like he really put it on Fiziev to a point where by that third round he was destroyed. And I feel like that's how you should kind of measure, like who cares what you did in round 1 if you can barely breathe at the end of the fight.
But that's also how fights are scored.
Damage is the number one criteria. He did a lot. His face was busted up.
For sure, but they're not scored as a whole thing. They're scored rounds 1, 2, and 3.
I say you give Fiziev the first round. Second one's close. Third one's Gaethje. So it's kind of like whatever. Like that's what I'm saying. The determining factor is the real damage that occurred at the end of the fight.
Right. But, dude, a judge gave Gaethje a 10-8 in the third round. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know about a 10-8 because he was still hitting him. It was definitely not a great round for Fiziev.
Right.
But it wasn't like he was out of it.
No, it was
to the extent of a 10. Yeah, he didn't drop him. There was no like.
It was showing cardio struggles, which have happened before for him.
Right, and the pace of that fight that they started off on was nuts.
But, dude, there's times where fighters are dropped multiple times and they still don't give somebody a 10-8 round for that.
Yeah, no, I mean I don't agree with a 10-8, but I agree with Justin winning the fight just in general.
But that 10-8 card is the only reason why Justin won the fight.
Oh, then I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I gotta rewatch it. I was very into the fight. It was like, oh my god, this is nuts. So I wasn't looking at scoring. I have to go back and rewatch it.
I think his backflip won him the fight.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a robbery. I think it was an incredible fight. Definitely fight of the night for sure. Damage on the thing is Fiziev was hitting the huge shots to the body. Really good knees in the first 2 rounds. Doing way more effective work in that sense, but his face obviously I think looked way more damaged because there wasn't any blood on Justin, and Fiziev was busted up.
Fiziev was kind of on the back foot most of the fight, so even just like visually, it looks like Gaethje's pressuring the whole time. Yeah. Even though Fiziev is really great off of his. Well, that was different.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Kamaru wasn't throwing back heat like Fiziev was.